So just when I think I'm out of the cesspit that is Red Dead Redemption 2, just kidding, I absolutely adore this game, you guys in the comment section go ahead and point something else out that I can go and take a look at. And being me and loving views, money and all the rest of it, I obliged. So before we delve into what we're on about today, I thought I'd entertain the question, was that a joke? Was that sarcasm? No, I really do love money. Christ, wearing a bin bag on a bicycle crashing into a fat man on a unicycle, you're scum. Yep. So what is the topic of today's Red Dead Redemption 2 video? Well, in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the trail trees, which are a set of unusual shaped trees. That's one way to describe them, I guess. Well, there's a little bit of significance to them, I suppose, but we're going to have to get to that once we've actually figured out what this trail of trees is about. So the first of the 4 trees on this trail is located here, which is just a bit southwest of Ansburg, or a bit northwest of the Elysian Pool. If you're far away, get galloping, because this video isn't going to wait for you, though you could just pause it, I guess. Looking back on this first minute of video, why is it that I'm most energetic when I'm sleep deprived? Anyways, once you arrive, this really odd shaped tree is not hard to notice at all. All the trees on this trail are a very similar shape, so I'd best describe them now. The tree goes up, 90-degree right angle across, 90-degree right angle back up. I just realised that 90 degrees and right angle mean the exact same thing. The tree's bent as fuck, I'm sorry. Anyways, it would appear as if the tree is pointing in a certain direction, which is across the bridge. Now, while you go from tree to tree, be sure to actually mark it down in your journal, as these are all points of interest. Of course, there's no actual writing in these journal entries, there are just drawings of funny looking trees. As much as this tree really is a blast, I think it's time that we left it and went to the next one. So the second of the trail trees isn't actually very far north at all. In fact, you could probably just walk there. If you're wondering why I didn't do that, it's because I'm lazy. Anyways, this tree is the same shape as the other one, which doesn't seem particularly natural, I will admit, and it seems to be pointing in a different direction. Of course, mark this in your journal as well, and you'll get yet another fancy drawing of a really bent tree. 2 trees in this extremely awkward shape very close together does not seem like a coincidence. The third of the 4 trail trees is just a little bit east of the second. Again, you're looking for a really odd shaped tree. Now this tree is a little bit different, as when it actually bends, it actually breaks off into 2 different stalks. One is straight up and the other is across and then up. Of course, like the other ones, inspect this site and pop it down in your journal for no reason other than to look at fancy weird looking trees. Now either this ground is a freak of nature or these trees have deliberately been shaped this way somehow. It's at this point that you're going to want to head just off of the trail to this marker here, which is where you will find the 4th and final trail tree. So just like the first 2 and unlike the third, this one is shaped like half of a swastika. Obviously that has nothing to do with this, I thought I'd just point it out. It's the easiest way to explain the shape. And do you ever get tired of drawing trees? No! Add that one to your artistic collection. If only I could draw. And there you go, that is all 4 of the trail trees. Now, what do they mean? Well, I mean, they're probably pointing towards something, as the first sort of points in the general direction of the second points in the general direction of the third, and the third then points in the general direction of the 4th. And then the 4th is pointing directly towards an abandoned mine, which you can't actually gain access to until the final Wisdom of the Elders Stranger mission, which you can actually start in Butcher Creek, unless you used an entrance at the other end, which is the waterfall where the river meets the Elysian Pool. Yes, behind this there is actually a cave-like entrance, which I believe has something to do with the Poisonous Trail treasure map, the third part of which leads you here in search of treasure, obviously. What did you think would be at the end of a treasure map? And if you feel up to it, you can explore this entire cave system. Are the trail trees part of the Poisonous Trail? That is the big question. Now, looking at the Poisonous Trail maps, I'd say probably not, as the trail trees are actually quite far back. And so I'd say that these trail trees don't seem to be a part of the Poisonous Trail, though for one reason or another they do point directly at this mine. So in my external research, I can't find any website that relates these trail trees to anything but each other. Nothing that mentions the Poisonous Trail, nothing that mentions this mine, nothing that mentions any missions or anything. They just appear to be points of interest. So what are these trees and how did they get such a unique shape? Well, trees of that shape being so close together cannot be a coincidence. They must have been man-made somehow. The shape, I mean, not the tree itself. So the only logical thing is that somebody made sure that those trees would take that shape, to point us towards that mine for one reason or another. Maybe it's to direct people to the mine from the road. which would be a very boring revelation. I'd prefer it if a crackhead got really bored and decided to make trees a funny shape just for the hell of it. So in the end of the day, we might not know what these trail trees are for, however there are 4 of them, which means 4 points of interest. So if for one reason or another you want to get all of the points of interest in the game, then these 4 trees are definitely places to stop by. But considering that it appears as if the poisonous trail, which a lot of people believe these trees have something to do with, seems to have nothing to do with them, and the mine, who the hell marks a mine with weird trees? Just get a sign with an arrow on it that says mine. However, if there is a story behind these trees, I would love to hear it. Even if the story is as simple as somebody let Smackhead Joseph out of his cage. In real life, these trail trees were modified by Native Americans across North America, intentionally shaped with distinctive characteristics that convey that the tree was shaped by human activity rather than being deformed by nature or disease, which were, as the name suggests, used to mark trails. So that is probably the most logical reason behind these trees. But anyways, there you go, those are the trail trees. So please let me know what you think down in the comment section. What are these trees for? I can't find anything that links them to anything, as I've said probably twice already. But anyways, I see no reason to detain you any further, so thank you all for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, share the channel with your friends and all that wonderful stuff. I'd really appreciate it. And if you want to go ahead and support the channel over on Patreon, I would really appreciate that as well. And I'll see you all very soon with another video at some point.